This is the type of content that you have been consuming. Some people do it for hours. I'm telling you. There are people who are that crazy, who have nothing much better to do than to scroll on hours. Let's talk about it. So this type of content, right? It's fast paced. It keeps on changing. All right. It does so many detrimental things to you, so much damage in ways in which you don't know. You think like, oh, you're scrolling for some time and 4 hours passed by just like that. But think about what the hours could do if they become weeks. If you do it every single day for let's say 1 year straight, you do this 1 hour per day, that adds up to 365 hours. What can you be doing with those 365 hours? Let me tell you this. And 1 hour is just the baseline. Some people spend 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. It's even worse than you can think. I want you to just take some time and ask yourself, please, really ask yourself. This is a question for you. Does it benefit you? Seriously, the content that you are consuming, right? On TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts, all those short reels, swiping. Does that actually benefit you? Does it give you any plus points to your life? Does it add any kind of knowledge or wisdom? I want you to ask yourself that question. And majority of you will say no. If you're really honest with yourself, you'll say no, it's garbage. It's useless. It's the truth. I do it in the past, and it took me 2 years to realize this. Even after the pandemic, after the lockdown, still there are so many people who spend so much time doing this. Doom scrolling. Because it's an endless loop, right? It's endless. You scroll up to the next one, scroll up to the next one, and it just never ends. You continue doing it. And when will you actually stop? And the worst part is that people's lives revolve around it. It's like this is your entire life. All right. And during that point in your life, especially for young people, what they do is scrolling takes up about 70% of their life. I'm not kidding you. And it may seem like, oh, 70%? That is a lot. But I'm kidding you not. This figure is actually real. Or some people even more. I'm just taking an average, So it's like the small little things. When they have free time, what do? Resolve to scrolling. When they have nothing to do, what do? They resolve to scrolling. So now I'm gonna start diving into the science of how this actually works. I'm gonna go on basic concepts. I'm not gonna go too deep, don't worry. So let's start with dopamine. It's a chemical in our brain, right? It's a neurotransmitter. When you watch a short, right, you have a dopamine hit. It hits your brain and you feel, oh, wow, it's great. It's so satisfying, right? This is what gives that satisfaction, that urge. And you continue scrolling. This is how it works. So let's start off with what we call a dopamine loop. When there is a craving, that craving for something new, what it creates is the action to act. In this case, your action is nothing substantial, nothing of importance. It's just scrolling, just using the thumb to scroll. And you know what it creates? A reward. Great. This is how the human mind usually works and how it operates. And it's actually a beneficial tool for survival and for achieving progress, for evolution. But the thing is, what this scrolling has done is, the craving, yes, good. The action, not good. No, substantial, not substantial, it's empty. The reward, also empty. It's vacant. Nothing of meaning in it. Once you scroll, that's it. You don't gain anything. You don't gain new knowledge. You don't gain any new insights. for 99.5% of the reels that you scroll through. So what that happens is, okay, I'm not satisfied. Let's loop it back up again. And you just continue going on this unrelenting loop that never ends at all. So that's why when you scroll, you feel like you can scroll for hours, but it feels like minutes because you've already wasted so much time. And it's not that you are immersed into the process of scrolling, but rather you're just stuck in this loop, doing the same goddamn thing all this while. During scrolling, what really happens is, let's take a look at what we call the attention span. This attention span now, it's like a goldfish, right? You can't focus on tasks. What is called the prefrontal cortex of the brain, let's rub off this loop. The prefrontal cortex. This part of your brain is used for focus. It's used for managing your attention span, to focus and concentrate on a task. And you know what this thing does? Because of scrolling, novelty is introduced. You're just watching, you gain a sense of novelty, but you never really do anything in the end, so it feels empty because there's no action. There's no action to do it. There's no meaning behind it. The novelty is what creates the craving, right? You want that satisfaction, but that satisfaction is called instant gratification. Instant gratification. Gratification is not bad at all. But what happens is if it's instant, that's what happens. We can link it to the prefrontal cortex. Its ability has been weakened. And now you can't focus on tasks. Now your attention span is shortened. Because why? You're fixed to seeking novelty, seeking new gratifications that are instant, that are rapid, that are fast responding. And what happens when you try to focus on a task, when you try to do something real, is that you can't focus. You simply cannot. It is very hard because it's part of your brain being rewired already. So you can try to understand this. It's very, very, very detrimental if you do this long term. Okay, now you know the science behind it, everything, the dopamine, how it affects the brain and all that, how it's so detrimental to us humans. Now, how do you solve the scrolling problem? How do you really, really, really overcome it? First, I want to introduce the 5-minute rule. Very simple rule. I got this from Atomic Habits. I've learned this from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. So this is a very important quote that he says: to build a habit, start small, tiny increments. Because when your attention span is shortened, when your prefrontal cortex has been weakened, when your brain power, your focusing ability has diminished, what you have to do is first start small. You can't expect your brain to rewire within an instant, right? It's not possible at all. Start small, small increments. I don't care whatever it is you do. I want you to do something substantial. Something that actually benefits you, not just scrolling. Scrolling doesn't benefit you, all right? Do something substantial that is of worth, of meaning. Playing the piano, for instance. Regulate your moods, or maybe it's your interests. Helps you to provide an outlet for your emotions. Learning Spanish, learning a new language, and actually being able to communicate something with it. Even for 5 minutes you spend learning that language, it's better than anything. Exercise, being able to improve your body, to feel better, to regulate your moods, to decrease stress. It actually helps you both physically and mentally, but scrolling doesn't. So 5-minute rule with meaningful activities. 5 minutes might seem small, but I promise you, please, 5 minutes of whatever it is consistently. I want you to notice consistent is a key word here. It will equal to results. I promise you, no matter how small of the action you do, this is to help you rewire your brain. You need time for your brain to adapt and really try to lengthen your attention span by small increments so that your brain is like a muscle. The prefrontal cortex, same with your mental power. It's like a muscle. You have to train it. You have to train it over and over again. Small increments, increasing it. Same like when you build muscle, when you go to the gym, 20, 25 kg weights, right? Bicep curls, no way. You have to start off with 2 kg, then 3 kg. After weeks, you can go on with 15, 20, and 25, so on and so forth. Next is purpose. Very important here. Or more can I say, make your life better. Find why are you living? What is it that you live for? You can do all sorts of things. You can add blockers to your phone. You can try to delete that app, but the tendency will still be there. The real nature, the real root of the cause is the lack of purpose. You have to find out, why are you living? What is it that you're living for? Because if you don't find this out, if you don't try to make your life better, like fill your life with better things that are worth living for instead of scrolling, then the scrolling habit won't go away, because it's a symptom. It's a symptom of your life being inadequate in, of course, whatever perspective you view. So easy. Don't want to make this hard. Ask questions about yourself. What problems do you have? What problems do you want to work on? You want to better your life, right? So you have to definitely find out, what problems do you have? Best thing is to write them all out. Write them all out on a whiteboard, on a piece of paper that you have. Next, ask yourself how to solve, what to pick. Because by solving problems in your life, look, let's say I have an overweight body. I don't like my body. Then pick that problem and solve it. Go to the gym. I promise you, apply this with the 5-minute rule. It will be uncomfortable, but in the long term, it delays your gratification, and you're going to feel better and more fulfilled in ways in the future. I promise you. You might not feel like it now. You might feel boring going to the gym, but with this in mind, with the 5-minute rule in mind, and also remembering your purpose, why are you living for? Even the simplest things. We live for so many things. Find something worth living for. Find the list of things. I want to improve my body. I want to stay healthy. And it can also be family. Spending more time with your family. Fulfilling a goal. That is, maybe for me, it's sending out a message to people, being able to help and provide value to people. Of course, that makes me more fulfilled in long term, to finding what's my purpose. So understand this. Purpose is very important. Make your life great. Because if you don't try to make your life better, if you don't try to identify what problems you have, then your life is not worth living for.